Heroes Invincible online game, focusing on territory construction, strategic warfare, and fantasy adventure. Keywords of the novel. Hero Invincible Beast Training Lord. No pop-ups. Hero Invincible Beast Training Lord TXT Complete Collection Download. Hero Invincible Beast Training Lord Latest Chapter Reading. Chapter 1. Creating Characters, Show. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 1 Creating Characters, Show. Welcome to World of Heroes. World of Legends is a fantasy virtual online game set against the backdrop of swords and magic, focusing on strategic warfare and territorial construction. Today is the first day of the launch of World of Legends. As a strategy game enthusiast who has been looking forward to this game for a long time, Luo logged into the game as soon as possible. Yes/no, create a role. Yes. Please decide on your game name in World of Legends. Just call Roddy. Please select your camp. There are currently 7 open factions in World of Heroes. Temple, Nature, Barbary, Elemental, Academy, Purgatory, and Undead. Each camp has many specific races. For example, the Holy Church system has distinctive races such as humans, subhumans, and light spirits. Rhodey hesitated for a moment and said, "Let's just go to the temple, race humans, confirm your choice." Roddy looked at it for a while, but still found humans to be the most pleasing to the eye. Please choose your talent. The system will randomly select 5 talents based on your faction, and you can choose 2 of them as the initial talents. Interior Experts. Territory income plus 10%, territory expenditure 0.1%. Natural Divine Power. Power plus 2, judgments related to power plus 10% success rate. Weapon Master. Gain proficiency in 3 types of weapons. Mystery. Mana plus 15%, mana recovery speed plus 15%. Herbal Master. Harvest herbs plus 5, use herbal effects plus 30%, herbal medicine plus 1. Note. If you are not satisfied with the current option, you can randomly select it again, limited to 3 times. To have a good gaming experience, the strength of the initial characters is crucial. It's not very good either. The first batch of randomly selected talents, Rhodey looked left and right but was not very satisfied. Reset it. Randomize again. Roddy didn't get too conflicted and had 3 chances to reset, why not use it? Reset completed, please select 2 of the following 5 options as initial talents. Fertility Expert. The growth of residents in the territory is plus 10%, and the output of military buildings is plus 10%. Synthesis Master. Once a day, you can synthesize 2 beasts under your command. Resist Death. When dealing fatal damage, there is a chance to be immune to this damage. Animal Taming Technique. Once a day, the tamers under their command gain a small amount of experience. Gunman Training. Can train militiamen to become gunmen. The randomly selected talent this time surprised Roddy a bit. I'm not from the Holy Church faction, how can I randomly come up with 2 beast taming talents? After inquiring about the system, Rhodey learned that the talent for taming beasts belonged to a special faction. Neutral. When players choose the initial talent, neutral talents will randomly appear among all talent options. The neutral talent was originally meant to pollute the talent pool, but Roddy didn't know if it was good luck or bad luck, so he suddenly randomly selected 2 beast taming talents. These 2 beast taming talents may not look very good when taken alone, but once combined, they seem to produce some wonderful chemical reaction. But the gunman training is also good. Rhodey hesitated, as the combination of gunman and fertility seemed to be a good combination. Unable to make a choice for a moment, Roddy decided to take a look at the options ahead. Pause Talent Selection. After skipping the selection of talents, the system interface went to the initial unit. Please select your initial subordinates. You have 100 points to choose from among the 0.1 level units of each faction. Tip. Choosing units that match the faction's racial background will reduce point consumption, while choosing units that do not match will increase it. A row of lists unfolded in front of Rhodey, who flipped through them slightly. The zero-level branches of the Human Templar include farmers, militiamen, hunting dogs, attendants, hooligans, and so on. Level 1. Spearman, Shield Guard, Light Crossbowman, Scout, Wolf Fear. Level 2. Heavy Crossbowman, Heavenly Lion, Crossbowman, Jishur, and Servant Knight. Level 3. Griffin, Shield Crossbowman, Iron Guard, Sister. Level 4. Swordsman, Royal Griffin, Divine Officer. These are just the human aspects of the Holy Temple, and when it comes to other races, they are densely packed with a plethora of options. Roddy thought for a moment and directly filtered through the options. Remove all other options and leave only the beast troops. There are actually quite a few types of beast soldiers in the Holy Temple, from level 1 to level 4. Especially the 3rd level Griffin and the 4th level Royal Griffin immediately caught Roddy's attention. Griffin, Purple. Temple level 3, regular template, talent for dive bombing. This unit is a bit interesting. Level 3 Beast Soldier, flying, mountable. There's something going on. Roddy thought carefully and realized that there were more savage and natural beast soldiers, but the talent options were randomly selected after determining the faction and race. If you want to change factions, you have to randomly change again. That's it. Roddy quickly identified his talent, synthesized a master and tamed beasts, and then selected his initial unit. After careful selection, Roddy spent all the points and chose the most satisfactory combination. Wolf Seat, Green. Savage Level 1, Normal Template, Talent Ride. 32 points, Wolf Fear, Green. Temple Level 1, Regular Template, Talent Wolf Pack Tactics. 28 points, Hound, White. Holy Temple Level 0, Regular Template, No Talent. 8 points 2 Wolves, 5 Hunting Dogs, just spent 100 points. Roddy is a Templar human, and he chose the Templar type of unit for the best value for money. However, he still chose a Savage type of wolf. The reason is simple, Roddy is interested in the wolf's talent. Riding. Wolves are naturally excellent mounts that can be ridden without training. The initial character creation is completed, please confirm your image in World of Heroes. After confirming all the options on the data, Roddy entered the final stage of creating the character and pinched his face. A little bit of time was wasted, and Roddy made some simple adjustments to his image in the game. Alright, that's it. After a long time, Roddy looked at the handsome boy in front of him who was 7 points similar to him and nodded in satisfaction. System, I want to enter the game. Entering World of Heroes. With the prompt of the system, Roddy's consciousness suddenly turned into a stream of light and came into a vast starry sky. Flowing light swiftly shuttled through the void, and soon arrived at the top of a dazzling planet. Please note that the continent you descend on will definitely have the influence of the Holy Church, but you may be born in a city or wilderness. Finally, I wish you a pleasant game. As soon as the system prompt ended, the flowing light transformed by Roddy fell rapidly towards the planet below like a meteor. Please note that there will be significant changes and deletions to this book in the future, extra sections. Please do not subscribe in bulk, let alone in full. End of this chapter. Chapter 2. Camp Tasks, Revised. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 3. Completion of Employment, Revised. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 3 Completion of Employment, Revised. Oh, there are outdoor buildings. After walking in the forest for a while, Roddy suddenly saw an icon on the mini-map that he had never seen before. A little sorting of the queue, with the terrifying wolf at the forefront, a few hunting dogs scattered around, and Roddy riding his mount, quickly arrived at the location of the map's markings. Thorn-entangled oak tree. You have discovered a strange oak tree covered in thorns. This oak tree seems to be asking for your help, but there is a mark left by the temple on this thorn. How should you choose between saving this ancient tree or accelerating its death? Approaching the ancient tree, Rhodey suddenly saw two options in front of him. This forest seems to be facing a struggle. In a struggle between humans and forest races, as a parish human, Rhodey naturally stood on the side of humanity without hesitation. Accelerate its death. After making a decision, Rhodey ordered his soldiers to rush towards the oak tree ahead. Suddenly attacked, the huge oak tree let out a mournful cry, and an old face emerged from the trunk. People. Categories. The oak tree let out an angry roar, and two huge branches turned into arms, swinging heavily towards the terrifying wolf below. So it's a tree man. At this moment, the thorns entwined around the tree suddenly tightened, and the tree man let out another painful cry of sorrow. He swung his arm halfway and suddenly stopped. Good opportunity. Rhodey seized the opportunity and ordered his men to accelerate the attack, but the hunting dog spent half a day scratching the tree trunk and only managed to scratch through a little skin. 3 first-level soldiers dealt considerable damage to the tree man. This tree person is of such high rank. The defensive units are slow in speed and may have restorative skills. Rhodey looked at the roots under the tree and said, most likely they have control skills. He quickly evaluated the battle and found that without thorns, the chances of winning were not high, but with thorns' help, there was a good chance of winning. Scattered. After making a judgment, Rhodey immediately ordered all units to disperse and encircle the tree man in a circular shape. Not long after he gave the order, a sudden surge surged below the ground, and a clump of tree roots emerged from the ground, wrapping a hunting dog in place. Fortunately, the first-level soldiers were not bound. The appearance of the tree root is very sudden, and if the tree man chooses a first-level soldier, it is unlikely that the 2 wolves will escape. The hunting dog cannot produce much output, and if caught, it will be caught. After tying up an enemy, the tree man shook his body and a strong wave of life suddenly emerged. Rhodey's judgment was very accurate, and he indeed had the ability to recover. The injuries of the tree man began to recover at a visible speed to the naked eye. At this moment, the thorns entangled around the tree man began to move again. I saw countless sharp spikes suddenly protruding from the thorns, deeply piercing into the trunk of the tree man. A large amount of green juice immediately flowed out of the trunk of the tree man, and it looked as if he had entered a state of bleeding. It's like one thing conquers another. This tree man is not something that Rhodey can challenge now. If he plays normally, he may not even scratch the skin of the tree man. But this thorn is like a natural killer of the tree man. Rhodey seized the opportunity and ordered his subordinates to output a burst of output towards the tree man. Coincidentally, the biting skills of the 2-headed hunting dog and the wolf terrier also cause bleeding damage. Crazy bite. Using sharp teeth or claws to crazily bite enemies is likely to cause bleeding. The normal attacks of wolves and hunting dogs can only barely break through defense, but bleeding damage is a negative state, and as long as they hit, they will continue to lose health. Combined with the massive bleeding caused by thorns, the ground was soon filled with plant sap. This battle did not last long, and whenever the tree people wanted to rebel, they were frequently interrupted by thorns. Rhodey's henchmen surrounded the tree trunk in a frenzy of output, and shortly after, the huge oak tree let out its final mournful cry. A brilliant victory, gaining 600 combat experience points and 380 campaign experience points. Obtain 200 gold coins. Obtain life recovery. Obtain the fruits of life. You murdered a tree man, Forest Alliance reputation .100, Kingdom of Alasia reputation plus 100. After the death of the tree man, the thorns tangled around the trunk began to wither rapidly. This peculiar plant seems to only survive when parasitized on other plants, and once the parasitized plant dies, it will also die quickly. Life restoration. Magic Scroll, awakens the power of nature, and continuously restores life. Life Fruit. Rare plant/magical material that can increase the maximum health by a small amount when taken directly. It can also be used to refine magic potions. The Magic Scroll is temporarily unusable, throw it into the backpack. Eating the fruit of life directly is too wasteful, so throw away your backpack first. A lot of experience. With so much experience allocated, it is possible to directly pull a first-level soldier to second level, but Rhodey did not do so, but instead opened his own level panel. Assign 500 combat experience points to combat level. Your combat level has been increased. Level 0 Level 1. Obtain 1 attribute point and 1 skill point. Among the 6 attributes of a character. Strength is related to attack power, explosive power, weight, and so on. Agility refers to speed, reflection speed, evasion, and so on. Physical fitness is related to life, recovery, and physical strength. Then comes intelligence, perception, and charm. Intelligence is related to mages, and if you don't plan on following a magical path, you can completely ignore this attribute. Perception is related to reconnaissance, exploration, reconnaissance, and being attacked, all of which are influenced by perception attributes. Then comes charm. Charm is related to negotiation ability, intimidation, diplomacy, wild monster recruitment, and so on. Please select a combat profession. As the system prompted, Rhodey saw a long list of professions that humans in the church could work for. So many. There are many choices for the inauguration of the humans in the Holy Church, which makes Rhodey dizzy. However, after a while of searching, he found a profession that was extremely suitable for him. Animal trainer. Originally, Rhodey was still thinking about whether to become a ranger, but as soon as he saw the trainer, he immediately abandoned his original idea. This profession perfectly matches his talent. Employed as a trainer. Successfully taken office. Obtain the exclusive skill of the trainer. Beast Affinity. Beast Affinity. There is an inexplicable affinity between you and beasts, with a chance of recruiting beasts plus 5%. You have taken up a combat profession and activated the exclusive power system of the Beast Trainer, Beast Power. In World of Heroes, each profession has its own unique power system, and among them, the power system of the trainer is centered around the power of beasts. At level 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20, a tamer can obtain beast power once each. Please choose a type of beast as your initial beast power. There are many options for the power of beasts. Wolves, tigers, eagles, pigs, leopards, cows, owls, and so on. Roddy's subordinates are all wolves, so the initial choice is quite simple. Just choose the wolf directly. Dogs are not classified separately, they are directly included in the wolf genus. Gain the power of beasts, wolves. Beast power. Wolf. You have learned how to coexist with wolves. Wolf creatures have a +5 liking, and when there are a large number of wolf creatures in the team, they can form a wolf pack. After upgrading, Roddy directly threw the attribute points to charm. He is a beast tamer and loves this attribute. Your charm has increased. 12-13. I feel pretty good, let's take a look at the professional skills. The professional skills of a tamer are mostly related to beasts, and there are very few skills that a level 1 tamer can choose from. Wild Howl. Emits a wild howl to awaken the ferocity of beasts, with an attack power of +5 and a duration of 1 minute at the trainer level. Beast Affinity. There is an inexplicable closeness between you and the beast's fondness +5. Animal Husbandry. In the process of observing wild animals for a long time, you have learned how to raise them, and the yield of wild animals increases by 1. Animal Husbandry is temporarily unavailable, so Rhodey threw the skill points directly to Wild Howl. After taking office, there is still some experience left and not enough to upgrade. He is ready to use it together with tomorrow's talent skills. The biggest gain this time is still a lot of battle experience. With an additional 120 points of battle experience, Rhodey can elevate the battle level to level 1. End of this chapter. Chapter 4. Strategy and Tactics, Revised. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 5. Herbal Hut, Repair. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 5 Herbal Hut, Repair. While comparing the treasure map, move forward. Roddy walked through the forest for a long time until he reached the location of the herbal hut, but couldn't find the treasure trove. On his way over, he encountered two interesting outdoor buildings. Mushroom Ring. A mysterious mushroom ring that appears inexplicably in a wilderness building. After visiting, it is lucky and lasts for 1 day. Fountain of Vitality. A third-order natural building that harbors a magical spring of immense vitality. Drinking it can restore all life. Soldiers will slowly recover their lives after being injured, and if the injury is too severe, they will not be able to participate in combat. The two outdoor buildings encountered by chance are both very useful, and they are immovable and cannot be destroyed. Roddy can visit them again. Upon successfully arriving at the herbal cottage, Roddy discovered that there were many herbs planted nearby. An elderly woman was working hard in the garden. Roddy approached and looked around, but due to his lack of reconnaissance skills, he could not determine the identity of the old woman. But she has a pair of pointed ears, it seems like an elf. Hello, may I ask if the herbalist master is at home? The old woman looked up at Roddy and then shrugged her nose a few times, as if she had smelled something. I am the herbal master you are looking for, young man. You have brought me what I want. Successfully found the herbal master, Roddy handed over the task item directly, and of course, he knew that this seed had another purpose. He's just a beast tamer and doesn't need this kind of thing. The herbalist took the seed and carefully examined it before nodding in satisfaction. Very good, very plump seeds. Put away the seeds, and the herbal master gave a task reward. You can choose to obtain a herbal bag, learn a herbal learning skill, or obtain a weapon card. Herbal bag. Level 2 treasure, a herbal bag blessed by nature, gains 15 units of herbs per day. Herbal medicine skills, you can freely ask this herbalist for a skill. Learning skills is definitely the most profitable task. But Roddy doesn't have much interest in life skills. I choose the weapon card. Roddy didn't really like the first two rewards, so he simply chose the weapon card. You have obtained a soldier card, medium. This soldier card is exactly the same as the one in Roddy's bag, which stores 5 level 1 wild boars. Wild boar, green. Neutral level 1, normal template, talent mud armor. Suddenly obtaining 5 first level beast soldiers surprised Roddy greatly. I'm really dozing off. Come on, pillow. After the herbal master gave the task reward, he continued to say to Roddy, young adventurer, I have another task here and I hope you can help. Surprisingly, there is still a follow-up. Tell me more about it. A while ago, a thief stole something from the herbal hut, which made the herbal master very angry. The herbal master hopes that Roddy can catch this thief. She will give Roddy some rewards and allow him to purchase goods from her. Can you still buy things here? Of course, my herbal hut is famous far and wide. The herbal master said that Roddy really doesn't know what to buy, so he opened the store permission for him and said, take your time and see for yourself. If you can help me catch that thief, you can shop freely with me in the future. The herbal master has sent you a mission to catch the thief. Do you want to take it? Catch the thief. That damn thief, who came to steal while I was not around, caught it, or gave it a hard lesson. Let's take it first. Roddy thought for a moment and took on the task. After giving some clues, the old woman ignored Roddy and returned to the medicine field to continue farming. Roddy didn't rush to start the task, but opened the shop in the herbal hut and carefully checked it. This herbal cottage located in the forest sells many herbs and magical potions. There are a wide variety of options for restoring life, restoring mana, detoxifying, relieving bleeding, and lifting curses. Rhodey was shy and only bought some of the cheapest herbs. There is a talisman in the store that adds maximum health and recovery speed. He really likes it, but it's too expensive. It costs 2,000 gold coins and he can't afford it at all. In addition, there are also some magic scrolls, magic materials, and so on in the store. There are really many good things. But it's too expensive, he can't afford it. When taking on the task, the herbal master pointed out the possible location of the thief for Rhodey on the map, which was a hidden cave not far from here. Roddy still had many doubts and wanted to ask the herbalist master, but he was not in a hurry. Let's go take a look at the cave first. This task is likely to require combat, and the enemy may not be easy to deal with. Fortunately, he visited the Fountain of Vitality before, and the soldiers were in good condition. Roddy's premonition was very accurate, and soon he led the team to find the location of the cave. It's just that this cave is somewhat different from what he imagined. It's not a monster settlement, but a secret realm. Spider Cave. Forest Secret Realm, you have discovered a spider's nest. Do you want to explore it inside? The so-called Secret Realm is actually a dungeon, but different from ordinary dungeons. Once the secret realm is cleared, it will mysteriously disappear. It will only reappear after a period of time, but the location, monsters in the secret realm, and drops will all undergo slight changes. Spider Cave is a 5-player dungeon that can be challenged by a team of 5 players, or by 1 player with 4 elites. Rhodey's current strength makes it somewhat unrealistic to pass this secret realm. But his only purpose here is to catch the thief. If he can't fight, just don't fight. Go inside and take a look. After pondering for a while, Roddy decided to go and take a look first. End of this chapter. Chapter 6. Spider Cave, Revised. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 6 Spider Cave, Revised. The area of the Spider Cave is beyond Roddy's imagination. Upon entering the secret realm, Rhodey discovered that it was not like a cave, but rather a vast underground world. At the entrance of the cave, a sticky spider web covered the entire ground, and white spider silk was everywhere on the walls and top of the cave. These spider silk emit a faint fluorescence, providing good lighting for the cave. Your team has been affected by spider silk, with a speed of 0.15%. Rhodey observed and found that this reduction not only reduces movement speed, but also reduces attack speed. Gradually deepening along the passage, new forks constantly appear on Roddy's mini-map. After walking for a while, Roddy finally noticed something unusual ahead. More than 10 jackals and werewolves were tied up like cocoons by countless spider threads and hung in a remote fork road. There are obvious traces of giant arthropods walking around the fork in the road. You have discovered a group of captured jackals, with signs of monsters appearing around them. The system prompt quietly popped up, and several options appeared in front of Roddy. Save this group of unfamiliar jackals, perhaps they will join your team. Kill these werewolves, which may anger the monsters in the cave. Quietly leave here as if nothing had happened. It is certainly impossible to leave here. Upon hearing this, the Jackal Man is not a high-level unit, but rather a group of ordinary first-level soldiers. However, if you really want to join, there are more than a dozen jackals and werewolves, but they have good combat power. Rhodey looked at the constantly wriggling white pupa ahead and then at the monster traces near the fork, slowly making a decision in his heart. It should be possible to take it down, but there may be casualties. Whether it's saving or killing, it's likely to trigger a boss battle, and Rhodey has his own judgment on this. Rhodey adjusted the formation of the team, allowing all soldiers to enter the fork and hide behind the white pupa. Then let the wild boar with rough skin and thick flesh stand at the front, the hunting dog stand on the side, and oneself and 2 wolves sit in the center. Let's get started. Roddy ordered a hunting dog to come forward and tear at the spider silk wrapped around the jackal. In no time, he successfully saved a werewolf, but after being rescued, the werewolf did not show any gratitude and instead turned around to rescue other companions around him. Upon seeing its performance, Roddy immediately became concerned. As more and more jackals were rescued, in no time, all the trapped jackals were rescued. Roddy did not receive the expected reward as expected. As soon as these jackals were rescued, they gathered in a noisy group, trying to escape from this terrifying cave. Roddy did not act rashly, but ordered his men to retreat a distance again. It should be coming soon. His premonition was very accurate, and the noise of the jackals quickly alarmed the monsters here. A huge spider suddenly opened its eyes above the cave and saw that its food was about to escape. The spider let out an angry hiss. Dark green venom descended from the sky and rained on the heads of all the jackals and wolves. Immediately afterwards, a huge spider web fell down again, intending to completely capture these jackals and werewolves. Roddy hid far enough and luckily escaped these 2 waves of raids. Surprisingly hiding on top of my head. The sudden attack of the giant spider surprised Roddy slightly. It seems that the greatest function of these pack of jackals and werewolves is to trigger this sudden attack. However, Roddy feels that if he has special talent skills or is of the same race as the jackals, it may trigger additional events. He just didn't meet these prerequisites, so these jackals can only be used as cannon fodder. Up. After 2 consecutive waves of raids, the giant spider had already descended from the cave-top tribe, and Roddy immediately ordered his men to charge up. At present, the target of the giant spider is still on the jackal, which is the best opportunity for output. Wild howls. Adding a buff to the team, Roddy rode on the sitting wolf and began to besiege the giant spider. It wasn't until he approached that Roddy realized that this huge spider was covered in sharp spikes all over its body, with 6 pairs of green eyes filled with malicious light. That pair of ferocious mouthparts were covered in highly poisonous juice, like 2 poisoned machetes. With just 1 bite, a jackal wolf man was bitten half of his body, with a paralyzing venom that quickly made him lose all his resistance. Fortunately, when there is food in the mouth, the giant spider will slowly chew it instead of throwing away the food in its mouth and launching another attack. Without this group of cannon fodder, how many soldiers would die to take it down? This is a boss full of aggression, but its defense is clearly not as high as that of a tree man. Surrounded by Roddy's henchmen, with just a few rounds of attacks, the giant spider was beaten and covered in blood, howling in pain. Step back. After a fierce attack, Roddy did not accelerate the attack, but chose to strategically retreat. He doesn't have enough troops, such a big spider cannot be killed in a short time. Calculating the time, Roddy feels that it should be about to release its skills. Pulling the team back a bit, the remaining jackals regained their hatred. Roddy had all his subordinates stop moving and choose to stay in place. Anyway, there is a group of cannon fodder at the front, so there's no need to waste it. When all these cannon fodder is gone, this giant spider will also be bleeding. Take advantage of the situation and take it down. In fact, if these jackals were saved, there should be additional rewards, but Roddy doesn't want to die soldiers, so these jackals should die if they die. Underneath their eyelids were a group of bloodless jackals, and the giant spider did not turn around to pursue them. Instead, it vented its anger towards the jackals. A burst of blood surged, and the giant spider's body suddenly swelled like blowing air. Then, its attack speed and movement speed suddenly skyrocketed. 4 pairs of huge limbs were waving up and down, like machetes, rapidly cutting through the bodies of the jackals. In no time, all the jackals and werewolves screamed and were slaughtered. After killing all the jackals and werewolves, the giant spider's burst skill also reached its limit, and its blood gradually dissipated, causing its swollen body to slowly contract. It's time. Roddy seized the opportunity and once again ordered all his subordinates to charge forward. After using the skill, the giant spider seemed to have fallen into a weak state, and the following battle went very smoothly. A spectacular victory, gaining 460 combat experience points and 120 battle experience points. Obtain 220 gold coins. Note: Boss is a special template that drops differently from regular creatures. Obtain spider web boots. Obtain venom ejector. Obtain the spider's nest. Spider web boots. Level 1 treasure. These boots woven from spider webs contain magical power, reducing damage by 10% when moving in difficult terrain. Venom ejector. Level 3 treasure. This is a small crossbow enchanted with paralyzing toxins, with an attack of +1, automatic skill filling, and venom ejection. Auto-fill. Generate a crossbow arrow every 5 seconds and fill it automatically. Up to 10 crossbow arrows can be stored, and additional arrow boxes can be added. Venom spray. Once a day, shoot out a crossbow containing a strong paralyzing toxin. Both treasures are very good, just put on the boots and they will work immediately. The treasures in World of Heroes only increase the team's overall strength if they are marked with a special attribute, such as a +1 attack for all members. The +1 attack on the crossbow can only increase Rhodey's attack, but its purpose is not significant. However, the crossbow arrived in a timely manner, giving Rhodey an additional remote means and filling a gap. Finally, there is a drawing. Spider nest. Architectural blueprint, neutral level 1 building, can recruit patterned spiders. Architectural drawings are definitely good things, and can even be said to be the biggest gain of this battle. But Rhodey tried to use it, but was prompted by the system that he needed to have a territory to use it. It seems that this thing should not be used in the short term, and can only be thrown into the backpack to eat dust. End of this chapter. Chapter 7. Campaign Occupation, Training. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 7 Campaign Occupation, Training, Enough Campaign Experience, Upgrade. After killing the giant spider, Rhodey finally accumulated enough combat experience. Consume 500 points of campaign experience and increase campaign level. Campaign level increase. Level 0 Level 1. Obtain 1 battle skill point. Please select a campaign profession. Unlike combat professions, there are relatively few options available for combat professions, but each profession has a clear occupational tendency. Commander. Command War Mage. Spell Engineer. Equipment Cavalry. Cavalry Bout Generals. Shooting. Roddy hesitated between the cavalry and the commander for a while before finally deciding on his own choice. Commander-in-Chief. Successfully employed, obtained specialized skills for battle professions, and military aura protection. Military Chi Protection Body. When you have military energy on your body, all damage you receive will be offset by military energy. Note: military morale comes from the soldiers under your command, and the higher the military strength, the stronger the military morale. You have taken up the battle profession, opened up the commander's exclusive power system, and issued a command of 10,000 soldiers. Please choose a command from the following options. Charge, Battle of Blood, Garrison, Retreat, Concentrated Shooting, Cover. Commanders, like animal trainers, can receive a command at levels 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20 when employed. Let's take a charge first. Upgrades were relatively easy in the early stages, and on the first command, Rhodey chose to charge. You have taken on a campaign profession and the Legion system has been activated. Please establish your own Legion for players. After obtaining the battle profession, the system began guiding Rhodey to establish his own Legion. Please name the Legion for the player. We also need to choose a name. Roddy thought for a moment, and this number must be inseparable from beasts. It's called the Beast Legion. The flag of the Legion, he chose a wolf's head that roared high in the sky. Legion establishment completed, player's default position is core leader. At the moment when the Legion was established, a wolf-headed flag suddenly appeared behind Roy. The flag slowly spread out, and a slightly invisible aura spread rapidly around Roy. Roy's subordinates were shrouded in aura, directly drawn into the army, and assigned default positions as soldiers. After joining the army, a faint red military aura emerged from the soldiers. These military auras intertwined and transformed into an invisible armor, worn on Rhodey's body. Is this the military chi protection body? Rhodey is very satisfied with the exclusive skills of the battle profession, which greatly enhances the player's survival ability as a passive skill. The next step is to allocate battle skill points. Consume one battle skill point, please select a battle skill. Attack skill, beginner. With the support of military energy, your troops have an attack power of plus 5%. Archery beginner. With the support of military energy, your ranged troops have an attack power of plus 5% and a range of plus 1. Tactical, beginner. Arranging troops, commanding tactics, adjusting micro-operations, and tactical skills are essential basic skills for every commander. Among the campaign skills provided by the system, Rhodey almost immediately took a liking to tactics. I chose the tactical, beginner. You have learned the battle skills and tactics beginner. Please choose one of the following three options as the reward branch. Arrange troops. You can adjust the position of your team in a timely manner at the beginning of the battle. Note: you need to prepare the formation in advance, well trained. Your soldiers have been reduced by 15% from negative effects. Hidden soldier space. You can hide a small team, 10, of soldiers and deliver a fatal blow to the enemy at critical moments. Unlike combat skills, while campaign skills can be continuously upgraded, each level can also receive powerful reward branches. The three reward branches given by the beginner's tactics are all good, and Rhodey likes them all, but he can only choose one of the three. Let's arrange our troops in formation. After hesitating for a while, Rhodey ultimately took the most practical deployment of troops. The effect of this branch reward can be used in almost every battle, and it belongs to the branch reward that must be obtained if there is one. In terms of formation, currently Rhodey has only tried the concave-shaped formation, and other formations still need to be slowly studied and explored. After the Legion was established, Rhodey glanced at his attribute panel. Name: Rhodey, race: human, talent: Master of Synthesis, Animal Taming Art, level: Beast Trainer level 1, Commander level 1, attributes: Strength 12, Agility 12, Physical Fitness 12, Intelligence 12, Perception 12, Charm 13, Specialty: Wild Howl, Professional skills: Beast Power: Wolf, Order of 10,000 Armies, Military Chi Protection, Special Ability: Beast Affinity, Battle Skill. Tactical, beginner. The changes in the panel are very significant, mainly due to completing the employment, learning several skills, and opening up 2 new power systems. Additionally, it is the newly established Legion. Strategic warfare is the main gameplay of World of Legends, and legions play a significant role in this game. Rhodey's Beast Legion still needs to recruit many elites, learn a lot of skills, purchase many specialized equipment and props in order to truly take shape. He picked up 3 hunting dogs and appointed them as scouts. All 5 wild boars were transferred to the vanguard, and a wolf was set up as a personal guard. The other soldiers remained motionless. The Beast Legion is currently very rudimentary and can only make these simple adjustments. The current Legion system provides Rhodey with the greatest help of providing him with military aura protection. Military aura can be applied to soldiers to enhance their combat effectiveness, as shown in the skill introduction. Only after learning relevant skills can it take effect. Moreover, the higher the military strength, the more military energy there is, which obviously encourages players to have more critical soldiers. Let's also allocate some combat experience together. Just now I gained a lot of combat experience, and Roddy thought about it and assigned it to me. Assign combat experience to Wolf Fear, and Wolf Fear's level has been increased. Level 1 Level 2. Wolf Fear has learned new combat skills with Thick Fur. Thick Fur. Thick Fur provides good defense, with a defense of +3. Assign combat experience to Zodiac Wolf, and Zodiac Wolf's level has been increased. Level 1 Level 2. Zhuolang has learned a new combat skill and is racing. After upgrading the two wolves, their size skyrocketed. Roddy felt that the big spider just now didn't seem like an elite creature. The tree person I met recently may have a lower level, but a higher level. This is just a personal guess he made based on his gaming experience. If he had reconnaissance skills, it would be much more convenient. Next time you upgrade, see if you can get a reconnaissance skill. Roddy glanced at the depths of the pitch-black secret realm, where the monsters had very high experience and decent drops, but the challenge level was indeed quite high. If it weren't for the task at hand, Roddy would have planned to retreat. End of this chapter. Chapter 8. Camp Tasks, Revised. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 8 Camp Tasks, Revised. Just as Roddy was about to continue deepening, a web of spiders in front suddenly began to wriggle wildly. Roddy immediately perked up and thought there were spiders about to emerge again, but after waiting for a while, there was suddenly no movement. What's going on? Roddy ordered a hunting dog to come forward and check, only to find a white pupa buried in a pile of spider webs. This white pupa is much smaller than a normal pupa and seems to contain a small creature inside. Roddy tore open the spider silk outside and a half-body crawled out from inside. I'm saved. This is a young-looking half-body person who, for some reason, was caught by a spider and locked up in such a place. As soon as he saw this guy, a prompt immediately appeared for Roddy's mission. You found that despicable thief in a pile of spider webs, now it's time to catch him back. Catch the thief and take him back. Teach him a hard lesson and then leave him here. Let him go. This half-body person doesn't seem to be an ordinary character, he actually has a task branch on his body. Roddy didn't rush to make a choice, but instead looked at him and asked. My name is Roddy and I am an adventurer. Roddy commanded his men to surround the half-body. I have been commissioned by a herbalist master to come and arrest a thief. Upon hearing these words, the half-figure quickly waved his hand and said, It's not me, I'm not a thief. My name is Ruby, and I am also an adventurer. My dream is to travel the entire continent of Caladia. The continent of Caradia is the one where Roddy is currently located. Seeing that the half-body person did not admit his guilt, Roddy did not talk nonsense to him. Did you steal anything? You go talk to the herbal master yourself, said Roddy as he commanded his men to arrest him. I really didn't steal anything. The half-figure tried to argue, I just passed by and saw no one in the room, so I went in and took a sip of water. Really, I just want to go in and take a sip of water. Seeing Roddy looking completely incredulous, the half-body person awkwardly smiled. Just when I left, I forgot to return the kettle, said the half-figure as he took out a silver kettle from his pocket. You came just right, my friend. Please return this kettle and bring back my apologies. Roddy took the kettle and found it to be just a valuable decoration that seemed to sell for a considerable amount of money. As for the guy who runs the train with all his mouth, get him up. Roddy raised his hand and waved, causing the beasts under his command to immediately press the half-human to the ground. Come with me and explain to the owner yourself. Wait. The half-body man shouted when he saw that Roddy was completely indifferent. Are you a beast tamer? You must be a beast tamer. Come and take a look at this, my friend. The half-figure took out a necklace from his pocket and handed it to Roddy. You have obtained the Wolf Fong necklace. Wolf Tooth necklace. A level 1 treasure, a mysterious necklace made from Wolf King's fangs. Beast attacks in the Teen +1, and Beast Speed +1, exclusive to trainers. Roddy's expression suddenly became strange. It turned out to be the exclusive equipment of the animal trainer. What is the origin of this half-body person? This necklace is the best of the trainers, and Roddy cannot refuse it. But just let him go like this. It's not easy to explain to the herbal master. Since that's the case, then choose the second option. Roddy waved his hand and gestured for his men to push the half-body back to where he had crawled out. Since I took your advantage, I won't take you back. You should reflect on yourself here. As he spoke, Roddy ordered his men to grab a large amount of spider webs, stuff the half-body back into the white pupa, and tie them up in groups, which could be considered a harsh lesson for this guy. Not bad, now you can go back and submit the task. Roddy had no intention of exploring this secret realm for a long time. Since the task was completed, it was time to leave. Without any attachment, Roddy turned around and left the secret realm with his subordinates. After he came out of the spider cave, something interesting happened. The entrance to the spider cave quietly disappeared before Roddy's eyes, turning into an ordinary tree stump. Roddy carefully investigated and found that the entrance to the secret realm had indeed disappeared. It seemed that every once in a while, this secret realm could only be challenged once. I don't know if that half-body person named Ruby can still escape from being trapped inside, but I always feel that there are many secrets hidden inside this guy. Roddy made a mark on the map and plans to come back and take a look later. Returning to the herbal hut, Roddy returned the stolen kettle and informed the herbal master that he had scolded the thief severely. This task, if he can bring the thief back, the herbal master will have an additional reward. However, Roddy cannot refuse the exclusive equipment of the animal trainer. He can also accept basic rewards and open a store to purchase permissions. After the task was delivered, the herbal master wanted to send Roddy away. Roddy seized the opportunity and asked his own doubts, such as what was going on between this forest and humans. The herbalist pondered for a moment before chatting with Roddy. Originally, this dispute was due to the development of the human kingdom reaching its limit and wanting to expand its territory. The western and southern parts of the human kingdom of Alasia are mostly bordered by the sea, while the eastern part is a continuous mountain range. The northern part is barren and also borders the Orc tribes. Only the forests in the northwest are rich in natural resources and fertile land. If the human kingdom wants to continue its development, it can only make plans here in the forests. After a chat, Roddy gained a lot. Understanding the regional background will be very helpful for his future game progress. Additionally, Roddy is very curious about which faction this herbal master belongs to. Judging from her tone, she doesn't seem to be completely on the side of the forest race. The herbalist readily gave an answer, realizing that the old woman was actually a half-elf. Half-elves are a hybrid race born after the combination of humans and elves. This race is very awkward. In the eyes of humans, they are like elves. In the eyes of elves, they are like humans. Their lifespan is much longer than humans, and they appear too short compared to elves. As a result, both sides are not favored. The old woman clearly expressed her attitude that the half-elves are a neutral camp and they do not want to see humans and forest races engage in a big fight. What we pursue is peace and coexistence. The conflict between the forest race and the human kingdom is becoming increasingly fierce. Young man, I hope you can stay away from this war and not participate in it. After a chat, the half-elf old woman surprisingly lost a camp mission to Roddy. You have triggered a faction mission, Peace Messenger. Peace Messenger. The war between the human kingdom and the forest race is almost inevitable. Find a way to stop this war, and all peace-loving races will be grateful to you. Task reward. Neutral faction reputation, massive, gratitude from neutral faction. Roddy is extremely certain that this mission is definitely one of the main storylines. But it's just one of them. He is a temple human, and the human camp naturally has its own camp missions. If he is not prepared to take a neutral route, he must not randomly take on this task. End of this chapter. Chapter 9. Riverside Villages, Repair. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 9 Riverside Villages, Repair. Roddy refused the olive branch offered by the herbalist and left the herbalist cottage, embarking once again on a journey to the human village. This march went smoothly unexpectedly, and there seemed to be traces of other player activities along the way. Roddy visited several interesting outdoor buildings along the way and finally arrived at the Riverside Village before dark. Riverside Village is a human village located on the edge of forests and wilderness, built on a small river. At this point, there were already many players in the village. Roddy gathered all the soldiers and rode a wolf to stroll around the village. What a bustling village! Although it is a small village, there is an unusual bustling atmosphere on the streets of the Riverside Village. Soldiers dressed in neat armor, adventurers in various bizarre costumes, merchants from afar, and players looking around. On a small street, people are everywhere, and the shops facing the street are also filled with various goods, which is unbelievable. This is just a small village. After wandering around for a while, Roddy had some rough impressions of the Riverside Village. This village should be one of the forefront bases of the human kingdom. If the war really starts, this may become the frontline fortress. Brother, do you know where the village chief is? Roddy grabbed a passerby and wanted to visit the village chief, but was quickly informed that the village chief did not receive outsiders. If you want to meet the village chief, first brush up the reputation of the village, or if you are a nobleman from Malaysia, you can also visit the village chief directly. The quickest way to boost reputation is naturally to do tasks. This village may become a very important supply point for the task of Riverside Villages, with extremely high cost-effectiveness. Roddy arrived at the village tavern and asked about the current tasks in the village. There are quite a few tasks in the Riverside Village. Eliminate the jackal and wolf man. The jackals in the north have become increasingly restless recently. Adventurers, please go and eliminate some jackals to make them more peaceful and be careful not to break into their camp. Task Reward. A pair of jackal and werewolf ears / 10 gold coins, reputation of Riverside Village. Haunted mine. The mine behind the village has been haunted recently, and production has been suspended for a long time. Please identify the real culprit behind the ghost or let the mine resume production. Task Reward. Customize a weapon and enhance the reputation of Riverside Village. Reconnaissance Forest. The land in the forest is so fertile, but those forest races do not know how to cherish it. They go inside the forest to scout and inquire about the movements of the forest races. Task Reward. Reputation of the Kingdom of Malaysia and reputation of Riverside Village. Eliminate Lin Jing. There is a group of despicable forest spirits near the village, who have been hindering the construction of the logging farm, driving away or killing these forest spirits. Task Reward. Soldier Recruitment Order, Level 1, Reputation of Riverside Village. Many of the tasks in the tavern are related to the forest race, and Roddy has taken them all easily. If he's on the way, he can definitely do them. In addition to these tasks, there are many elites waiting to be recruited in the tavern. Just recruiting elites requires a large amount of gold coins or meeting their requirements. At this moment, there are 3 elites waiting for recruitment in the tavern of Riverside Village. A goblin wanderer, a human gunner, and a bear druid. Roddy chatted with them for a while and learned about their recruitment requirements. The requirements of the goblin wanderer are very simple. Just give him 2,500 gold coins and he will join the team. The reputation of the Holy Temple is not enough to speak to the human gunner. Fortunately, the final bear druid gave Roddy a mission. This bear druid wants a ferocious bear. The ferocious bear is a third-order beast with astonishing power. According to this druid, he has completed the practice of transforming into a black bear and wants to further study and learn about the transformation of a ferocious bear, so he needs a ferocious bear for him to study and imitate. As long as he is given a fierce bear, this bear elite is willing to join Roddy's team. This task may be a bit troublesome for others, and they may not even know where to catch a ferocious bear. But coincidentally, Rhodey was a beast tamer, and as soon as he found the trail of the ferocious bear, he had a way to forcibly subdue it. I have taken on this task. How long will you wait in Riverside Village? Elite creatures will not stay in the same place all the time. The bear man said he will stay in the Riverside Village for half a month. The bear man has confirmed that there must be fierce bears in the nearby forest, but the specific location is unknown. If he can't find it after half a month, he will go to other villages to continue searching. Half a month, with plenty of time, this elite Rhodey doesn't want to let go. Rhodey was very curious whether the druid could receive his talent bonus if he changed to beast form. If you can eat it, it would be interesting. In addition to the tavern, there are many unique buildings in the Riverside Village, but Rhodey is either shy or not well known enough to visit. Watching the sky gradually darken today, Rhodey, who has been busy all day, is ready to take a good rest. After opening a room in the hotel, Rhodey logged into the official website forum of World of Legends. World of Legends has just opened its official website, which is very lively. Rhodey flipped through the post for a while and found a lot of interesting content. A player traded soldiers with someone else, only to find that their morale was slightly reduced. Morale is a very important setting in World of Heroes. If morale is too low, soldiers will refuse to fight, disobey orders, and even directly defect. Some players also want to be born with their girlfriends, but find that they cannot choose their place of birth. As soon as they enter the game, they find that their birthplaces are separated by several continents. In addition to these contents, Rhodey also discovered a very interesting piece of intelligence. Someone has found that the time when players enter the game happens to be the last day of the month. That is to say, tonight at midnight, there will be a new moon in the game, and there may be very interesting things happening then. Rhodey took note of this intelligence and set an alarm for himself. Go to bed early today and wake up at night to see what happens when the moon changes. End of this chapter. Chapter 10. Prelude to War, Revised. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 10 Prelude to War, Revised. At 12 o'clock in the morning, Rhodey was awakened by the alarm clock and woke up in the hotel in the Riverside Village. It's time, let's see what happens. Rhodey opened the window of the hotel and looked at the bright moon in the sky. This month is the month of strong winds. The system prompt sounded on time, and it was indeed a new month. Wind Moon. Wind element +1, marching speed +15%. This month is a bit special, accelerating the marching speed is equivalent to indirectly accelerating the game process. Just as Rhodey was preparing to carefully study the changes in the moon of the gale, several system prompts sounded one after another. Ding! The Forest Alliance calls on all forest races to officially declare war on the human kingdom of Alasia. Ding! The human kingdom of Alasia calls on all human lords to declare war on the Forest Alliance. The Elf Kingdom responded to this war, the Dwarf Kingdom responded to this war. The Forest Race Unicorn responded to this war. The Forest Race Silver Pegasus responded to this war. Human Lord, Duke of Tivra has responded to this war. Human Lord, Duchess of Fiat has responded to this war. Lord of the Temple, Bode Flash has responded to this war. A series of system prompts flashed by quickly, and the Forest Alliance officially declared war on Alasia, which also responded quickly to the war. A large number of forest races and human lords have announced their participation in this war. Ding! A war has officially begun, and as a human of the temple, you have an obligation to help the kingdom of Alasia achieve ultimate victory. The main mission of the camp has begun. Main task. Conquer the forest. It's time to occupy this forest, kill those despicable forest races, and occupy this fertile land. With the two major camps officially declaring war, Rhodey unexpectedly automatically received human camp missions. The Kingdom of Alasia has given all warriors a gift. Please choose one of the 5 options below as a reward. 5 options appeared before Roddy's eyes. Kingdom Sword. Level 1 Treasure, a standard weapon produced in the Alchemy Workshop, with an attack of +1. Magic Wand. Level 1 Treasure, mana +10, skill Magic Ball. Heavy Crossbowman. Temple Level 2, regular template, talent for quick filling. Magic Pet Contract. Magic Scroll, randomly summon a magic pet and sign a contract with it. Experience Stone Steel. A special item that gains 1000 points of universal experience after use. It seems that the Kingdom of Alasia has been preparing for this war for a long time, and these rewards are really generous. Rhodey thought for a moment and chose the Experience Stone. Use the Experience Monument to gain 1000 points of universal experience. Universal experience can be assigned to combat or campaign professions at will. We still need 200 points of experience to upgrade to a trainer. In order to complete the task of the Bear Druid, Roddy plans to first raise the level of the trainer. Ding, the faction ranking list is open. The Kingdom Treasure Trove is open. Note: during the main quest, players will earn points for every forest race they kill. The warrior ranked first in points will receive amazing rewards. View leaderboard rewards. First place. Baron title, optional kingdom fiefdom. Second place. Knight title, granted by the kingdom as a fiefdom. Third place. Knightly title, a large estate. Fourth place. From the fourth place onwards, the title rewards disappeared and became a pile of gold coins, treasures, soldiers, and other rewards. Compared to titles and fiefdoms, these rewards may be tempting, but they are not by the slightest margin. It's truly a main storyline mission, and the rewards are really generous. Directly giving titles and territories, Roddy couldn't help but lick his lips. What is the most important thing in strategy games? Of course, it's the territory and army. This war, aside from anything else, just rewards are enough to make Roddy spare no effort to fight it out. But this is not over yet. The Kingdom of Alasia also provides a very thoughtful exchange for its treasury. Open the treasure trove of the kingdom. In the treasure trove, the warriors participating in this war can exchange points for various supplies, materials, and treasures. Rhodey browsed through the treasure trove for a while and immediately fell for a top-notch piece of equipment. Beast Totem, Seal. A level 7 treasure, this is an ancient totem stained with the blood of beasts, which hides terrifying power. Beast Blood. Beast's maximum health plus 30%, health recovery speed plus 30%, limited to 0.5 levels, Beast King Bloodline. Every time a beast upgrades, it restores a small amount of potential. Beast King Roar. Battle Roar skill effect plus 30%. Sealing, excellent. This piece of equipment has 6 entries, and although 3 are still under seal, Roddy's eyes are still burning with excitement. But this beast totem requires a whopping 10,000 points, which is a bit outrageous. In addition to treasures, the treasure trove also offers the exchange of 0.2 levels of church units. Fortunately, I didn't take on the half-elf camp mission. At this moment, Rhodey was very fortunate that he did not board the half-elf's thief ship. Compared to the rewards given by the half-elf, the rewards of the human kingdom were much richer. Of course, on the side of the Forest Alliance, it should not be much worse than humans. Moreover, the Forest Alliance also has an advantage, which is that there are multiple races and corresponding rewards will be given more, making it more distinctive. Rhodey logged into the forum to check for a while and indeed found the relevant post. Not long after the Forest Alliance declared war, they also released similar camp missions and point rewards. This will definitely be a fierce battle. This time, it's not just a war between humans and forest races, but also involving their players. The intensity of this war is bound to be extremely brutal. As for the wall grass trying to be neutral, Roddy couldn't help but shake his head. Throughout history, when the two powers compete for supremacy, if the wall grass cannot clearly position itself, the outcome will be extremely tragic. At this point, there must be many players seeking to form teams. Roddy touched his chin. His team was a bit special, marching at a very fast pace, and most players couldn't keep up with his footwork. If you team up, it may actually result in a loss of efficiency. Forget it, it's better to just brush it alone. Let's go. Let's go. All the tasks that need to be taken in Riverside Village have been taken, and with the addition of the main camp line, entering the forest to fight monsters at this time will bring extremely high profits. Roddy left the village excitedly with his subordinates and rushed towards a task target in the forest. End of this chapter.